Today's documentary, Storm and Survival, Ibn Battuta's Shipwreck. The year was 1342. The port of Calicut sprawled along the Indian Ocean coast, a bustling hub where the air smelled of spices, salt, and the promise of distant lands. A proud dhow named after hope was moored offshore, its deck laden with chests of gold dinars, Persian silks, precious gems, and manuscripts intended for the court of the Yuan Emperor. Ibn Battuta went ashore to perform the Zuhr prayer at the mosque, his leather sandals quiet on the cool stone floor. The shift came suddenly, a cold wind slicing through the humid air, and a sickly yellow tinge staining the previously clear sky. Fishermen on the beach pointed, their faces etched with raw fear as they saw the doom gathering on the horizon. Ibn Battuta, ever the observer, felt a knot tighten in his stomach. He abandoned his prayers and ran back toward the water's edge. And then it hit. A wall of black cloud descended, waves rising like mountains, rain lashing horizontally. The storm screamed with the voice of 1,000 jinn. From the shore, Ibn Battuta saw his companions on the dhow, sailors from Yemen and Gujarat scrambling, tying down cargo as the sea turned merciless. His Ethiopian slave, Badr, and the Persian merchant, Hussein al-Shirazi, were among them, fighting a losing battle against the elements. A deafening crack echoed over the wind. The anchor chain snapped. The ship lurched violently, dragged toward the jagged reef. Ibn Battuta screamed a warning from the shore, but his voice was utterly lost in the howling gale. A wave, taller than the minaret of the mosque, lifted the vessel high into the air and slammed it down onto the waiting reef. The hull splintered with a sound like thunder. Treasure spilled into the frothing water, gold coins glittering, silk unfurling, everything lost. Men jumped from the wreck, only to be dashed against the rocks or swallowed by sudden whirlpools. On the shore, Ibn Battuta fell to his knees, his robes plastered to his skin, his hands trembling as he whispered the Shahada. The ship vanished beneath the waves. A terrible silence followed, broken only by the retreating howl of the gale. He was alone. Dawn revealed a beach littered with wreckage, shattered planks, broken chests, and the still forms of bodies. Ibn Battuta walked among the debris, his feet cut on broken shells, the stench of salt and death filling his nostrils. He found Badr, lifeless, eyes open to the now clear sky. Guilt washed over him like a cold tide. Stumbling through the foreign port, he drew stares from locals. Children pointed at his bedraggled appearance. He found the mosque again. The imam, cut button, recognized him from the previous day. The imam offered food and shelter, a small, sparse room adjacent to the mosque. For 3 days, Ibn Battuta rested, grappling with his loss. Then the imam delivered the crushing blow. The monsoon winds are shifting. No ships will sail north for 6 months. You are trapped here. A glimmer of false hope appeared. A spice merchant named Abdul Razak offered him work as a scribe, and Ibn Battuta, desperate, agreed. The work was demeaning. Ibn Battuta's hands, used to holding a pen for legal judgments, now blistered from endless accounting in a cramped room above the warehouse. Weeks passed. His spirit eroded. He wrote letters to contacts in Delhi and the Maldives, begging for help, but no replies ever came. Then came the betrayal. Abdul Razak accused him of stealing from the coffers, a blatant lie. The merchant threatened to have him arrested. Ibn Battuta fled that night, running through dark, narrow alleys, his heart hammering against his ribs. He hid in a cemetery among ancient graves, the scent of jasmine and decay mixing in the night air as he prayed for deliverance. A miracle came as a rumor. A smuggler's ship, the Al-Najm, was leaving for the Maldives in 2 days. It was his only chance. He sold his last gold pendant in the black market. The night of departure, he crept to the docks, paid the captain, and hid among the cargo. As the ship set sail under a crescent moon, Calicut faded into darkness. Relief mixed with dread. The ocean that had destroyed him was now his pathway to survival. He disembarked in the Maldives, a chain of emerald islands, weak but alive. The Muslim kingdom welcomed him, and his expertise as a judge proved invaluable to Sultan Ali II. Years later, dictating his memoirs, the Rila, to Ibn Juzay, he described the storm with vivid detail. The ocean had taken his wealth, but forged a survivor. The greatest adventure was not in the places he went, but in the person he became when everything was taken away. He had survived, but the Indian Ocean had stolen a piece of his soul. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, please subscribe to our channel. We bring you fascinating documentaries on history, science, civilizations, mysteries, and the untold stories that shaped our world. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new release. See you in the next one.